Scanning for audio.
Welcome once again to a Tin Dog podcast, this time dealing with The Diary of River Song, Series 2. Now we all know about River Song and her lovely blue book, and to many of us her story's now done and gone. Yes, we suspect she'll be back, but probably not, to be honest. I mean, let's face it, the heartbreak that was suffered, or at least hinted at, in the Christmas special kind of draws a line underneath the whole thing. Except, on Christmas Day, when so many of us were going, oh yeah, it's been 26 years, I kind of get it, he's been away, but he hasn't really been away, has he? And oh yes, River Song's really not there, because she's not. Do you know where she is? On Christmas Day, she was being made available to download in all her glory to us, the wonderful listeners of Big Finish. The second series has, well, you know that River's been kind of knocking on the door of the 8th Doctor and hanging around with him a bit. Yes, she's had that hypnotic wimple thing and managed to partially out one of the characters in passing. But you know what? It's nice to have River Song back at the centre of her own narrative. And, more importantly, so much more importantly, we've got River meeting Doctors 6 and 7. Now, a huge argument could be made for River not getting to meet Doctors 6 and 7. And I agree wholeheartedly on a completely logical front that should never ever happen. However, I'm beyond wrong. It's a great boxed set, and River is totally at its core. It's not a multi-Doctor story. Well, a multi-Doctor story does happen in this, but that's not important. What is important is that it is so River's story. It's not a made-up thing. It's not something that's just going on in the background. This is quite definitely River's tale. 4 exceptionally individual tales that, admittedly, all lock together to create one massive narrative. I can read you the synopsis for each one at a time, but the emotional heart, the core of each individual tale is, well, completely different. You've got The Unknown by Guy Adams. Here's the synopsis for that. A planetary anomaly, a scientific impossibility, a mystery to be solved. Of course, River Song expects to be consulted. She expects her valuable knowledge and experience to help the crew unlock the strange phenomenon that has appeared in Earth's solar system. But what River doesn't expect is a stowaway, an infuriating little man calling himself the Doctor. Yes, there will be stuff going on with memory, you're aware of this. And yes, the Doctor does exhibit certain key personality traits, let's call them that. Messing about, trying to interfere, trying to fix things. That's the 7th Doctor. And yes, he is infuriating. And yes, River is just trying to hang on to her own identity, as is everyone in this story. It's a great introduction, and it hits the ground running. But then it takes a sidestep, because in the second story, there's a very, very, very dark story coming on. 529 by John Dorney. It's incredible. It ranks with The Survivors for the standard of writing that's involved, and also for the incredible sense of loneliness that goes on in the tale. It does have a bit of post-apocalyptic angst going on, but it's written with such true emotion and heart as to make you go, just be completely lost in the tale and almost forget the larger narrative. Here's the synopsis for that. River has made a terrible discovery. Billions of lives hang in the balance, but if she can save just a few people, then it might just help her solve the conundrum of Earth's destruction. But how can she win when survival becomes a race against time itself, a race against 529? It's incredibly dark and incredibly moving, and it leaves you kind of stunned. I heartily suggest that if you do buy this box set, rather than just binging and doing them all in one go, you listen to them one episode at a time. leading you to the third disc and another popping up of the Doctor. There was no Doctor in that second story, but the sixth Doctor appears in World Enough and Time by James Goss. Here's the synopsis. When it comes to bringing down corrupt and exploitative regimes, there's no one quite like River, until she arrives at Golden Futures and discovers that someone else has already taken on her job. Someone with almost as much style and panache as herself. The Doctor is about to get the shock of his lives. It's the sixth Doctor, and, let's face it, he falls for River. It's an incredible piece of writing, because on paper you sort of go, no, let's not do that. Let's just not go there, shall we? But let's go there. Yes, let's do it. Because she, as far as the Doctor's concerned, is a Gallifreyan. She's on the cards. But more importantly, she likes his coat. And a tiny moment like that really resonates. It's not just about the romance, but that is what most of us, as fans, will be talking about. It's got a very Sixth Doctor feel. That whole corporate takeover thing just works. But River has to save the Doctor, and that's what River's stories are always about. Finally, bringing us to The Eye of the Storm by Matt Fitton. Oh, it's so much more than a shopping list or a multi-Doctor story. It contains real, genuine sacrifice, but it also contains an actual summing up of all of the complex narrative we've had to put up with and get through to get to this point. This is not something you can just have on in the background, something you can just let wash over you like some stories. No, this is intense. 2.4, The Eye of the Storm by Matt Fitton. The great storm of 1703 approaches. The fate of planet Earth hangs in the balance. The only person who can save it is the Doctor, or River Song, or quite possibly another Doctor. Or maybe this whole situation is their fault in the first place. 2 Doctors, 1 River, and an infinite number of ways to destroy the world. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And oh, that is such a good description, because truly it is a bumpy ride indeed. I can't recommend this enough. And if you've missed it by accident, visiting the relatives rather than visiting the Big Finish website, nip back and grab this. Because at £20 for a download and £23 on CD, you're genuinely not being done. You get a 7th Doctor and a 6th Doctor story thrown in, and something that requires and demands your attention. I'll let you listen to the trailer and make up your own mind. So until next time, when I'm probably going to be talking about Doctor Who, be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions.
Hello, my name's River Song.
The Diary of River Song, Volume 2.
The ship is going nowhere, the stars are going out, and for once, I haven't a clue.
All communication has been lost overnight with North America, South America, and several other regions.
What?
In all cases, the event causing the blackout appears to have taken place at 5:29 precisely.
What the blue blazes is going on?
I'm very sorry to tell you. It's the end of the world. We need to get out of here.
You?
River Song?
Miss Song?
That makes you the biggest idiot in the universe.
But I...
Find out what's going on, then meet me for lunch tomorrow.
What?
Yes.
Amazing woman.
We're on a date and you're the one who brings the handcuffs?
Just one of my hobbies.
Oh, really?
Escapology!
Yes, and is this because I didn't let you explain?
Goodbye, River Song, whoever you are.
Doctor! Both of you!
River! Effective plan! See if it chokes on all of us at once!
There is no way I'm letting you lay one finger on my... Oh!
Back off, Murphy!
I've seen the rig.
If there's a solution to be found, we'll find it there. Fetch!
No! Stop it! No! London is falling! This street is not safe!
Isaac! I'm here! Please!
I remember.
Oh, no! No, we can't all be here!
Hello, River. I remember now.
I remember everything.
Big Finish. We love stories.
Some days I've dreamed of having 2 of you to play with, but not you 2.
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.